guys, it feels so good to be back filming again. This is the first video that I'm filming now that we're back from Toronto. And if you guys want to see what we did in Toronto, I do have a couple of vlogs coming up. It's not going to be quite as intense as my Scotland series, but I do have a couple coming up. And if you're interested, the first one went up over the weekend, and the next one will be up I think sometime next week. Unfortunately, I do have some pretty terrible allergies today, so I had to nix the makeup look that I wanted to do and kind of go simple. But I kind of switched things around a little bit, and if you guys watched or were part of my live stream where I talked about my makeup and skincare favorites and Q&A sort of, you were kind of surprised at some of the answers to the skincare questions that you guys asked. And by surprise, I mean y'all were pretty interested in the fact that, one, a lot of the skincare that I use is actually pretty inexpensive, and two, a lot of it is targeted towards men. So I know at this point you guys are like, okay Amy, why in the world are you using men's stuff? Well, one, before I even talk about anything, I want to put out there that skincare is a very personal choice. It is very dependent on your skin, what it likes and what it doesn't like, so the same things are not going to work for everybody. And two, I'm a very firm believer in foundation, primer, and skincare, regardless of what the price is. I mean, I have some limits. If I find one that works for me, that's it. That's the one that I want to use. And luckily for skincare especially, I've been able to find some of my holy grail products that are relatively inexpensive. First things first, let's go ahead and start with some of my morning routine, morning skincare. If you guys don't know, I have extremely oily skin. And when I say oily, I don't mean by the end of the day I'm kind of oily. I mean an hour or two into the day, I can already feel my face getting greasy. It's so gross. One thing oily skin needs more than anything else is hydration, because basically your skin is trying to compensate for the fact that it's dry, so it's overproducing oil to try to moisturize your skin. So it's just a different way of having dry skin. The problem is you don't want to over dry it, trying to suck away all the oil, and you kind of run the risk of feeling extra greasy if you over moisturize. I don't know if any of y'all oily skin people feel me, but it's another disgusting feeling. I think you guys are actually going to be surprised at how simple some of the stuff that I have is. But first things first, when I get up in the morning, what do I want to do? I want to wash my face because it feels disgusting. So my favorite morning cleanser right now is this Sunday Riley Ceramic Slip Clay Cleanser. I want to say that I'll repurchase it again, but it is quite expensive, but it has lasted a really long time. This bottle, I think, has almost lasted 6 months. It's probably honestly not that bad of an investment. The reason I really like this one for morning cleansing is it has a really nice, very light, refreshing smell. It's not overwhelming, and it's kind of hard sometimes to find good face washes that don't irritate my skin. My skin is really sensitive as well, and this one is it's very calming, especially when I'm having a really bad hive breakout. That's a whole nother video, by the way, if you're interested. But it's soothing, it's very calming, it's hydrating without leaving your skin feeling slick, or you can't put makeup on top of it because it'll slip and slide around. That's what I really like about this. The only thing that I think would keep me from repurchasing is the price tag, but because it does last so long, I can actually see investing in this, fairly continuously. Once my skin is washed, it feels wonderful and clean, the next thing I go into is a toner. And my favorite one right now is the Jack Black Oil Control Toner. Yes, this is also for men. I really like men's products specifically because they're just like no frills. They don't have weird scents. They don't irritate my skin because they don't have weird scents. And they do exactly what they're meant to do. There's no beating around the bush with these products. I just pat it on with a little cotton pad, and if you do have acne issues, this is wonderful. It has salicylic acid and witch hazel in it. So if you're having a difficult time with breakouts as well, if you have oily skin, this is wonderful because it is also extremely calming. And although it is super mattifying, your skin does not feel tight. It doesn't feel like it sucked anything out of it. It just leaves a really nice matte finish to your skin. So that's also why I like this. I think this is $25 at Sephora, but again, I've had this for a month, and I think I've used about this much. So, a good investment. It lasts a long time. I think the cleanser is like $55, and that's why I said it's a little on the pricey side. But it lasts a while, so. And now on to my moisturizer. I feel like this is my most coveted little product that I use, and it's not expensive at all. I think it's like $8, maybe $8. It's like $6 to $8, but it is the Bulldog Skincare for Men Oil Control Moisturizer. What I like about it is most moisturizers for me, I can never ever feel like they sink into my skin 100%, and there's always like a film left on my skin that makes makeup application more difficult, and I feel like it doesn't last as long because it's not setting into my skin, it's just sitting on top of that moisturizer. But this Bulldog moisturizer is the only one, totally serious, the only one that I can wear 100% under my makeup. I give it about a minute to dry, so I'll put the moisturizer on, maybe brush my teeth or something, and there's no film, nothing. It gets absorbed into the skin perfectly, and you do feel super moisturized. Your skin feels comfortable, and it also has witch hazel, willow bark, and juniper. So one, smells amazing, and two, it's another good way to help calm your skin down if you have acne prone or just kind of red skin in general, kind of like I do. I have very flushed skin, and this helps calm it down a ton. I was a little too excited to get to the moisturizer, and I actually skipped a step, but it's okay. It's the same kind of step, I guess. Before moisturizing, what I really like to use, and I like a lot of their products, I don't know why they work so well for me, but I'm so glad they do. And this is the Ordinaries Hyaluronic Acid 2%. This is only $6.90. It's less than $7. The bottle itself lasts a couple of months, maybe 2 to 3 months, depending on how often you use it, how much you use. This and the moisturizer are just my holy grail hydrators for my skin. Underneath the Bulldog moisturizer, I like this hyaluronic acid because I use 3 drops. I do 1, 2, 3. Rub it in. Again, I have to give it about a minute to settle in, but not only does your skin feel super hydrated, but it kind of leaves a slightly tacky finish. And what that does is it makes it super easy to apply your makeup on top of that and have it really last all day long. But I've tried other hyaluronic acid formulas, and this is the best one, again, for me, that has really worked. It doesn't leave a film. It allows everything to sit on top of it, but doesn't slide around, and I feel like it totally absorbs into my skin. This is what has really helped my skin go from like extremely oily, really, really oily, to just kind of mild to moderately oily, because it's getting the hydration it needs from this right here. Now, these two are my optional morning steps. It kind of just depends on if I feel like I need it, or how my skin is feeling and looking that day. So the first one is also from The Ordinary. It's the Caffeine Solution 5%. This is wonderful if you've had a long night, if you have cried for some reason, and just your eyes are feeling super baggy and just really, really puffy. This will depuff them in an instant. Again, this is about $7 to $8. I've had this bottle for probably 6 months at least, and I've only used this much. It's, like I said, it's a very situational kind of use, but if I'm having a rough day, I've had a long night, just, you know, just kind of tired and blah in general, this makes you look so awake and like just bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. The last optional step that I have is also from The Ordinary. This is the Herbal Glucoside Solution 12%. This is a brightening serum. So if I'm feeling particularly dull that day, or you know, if I've got, it hasn't happened in a long time, but if I've gotten sunburned, I've peeled, and I just have like this dull skin kind of coming through underneath, this is wonderful for that. It's also a good primer if you're looking to combine some steps in your routine and make it as, you know, user-friendly as possible. It leaves a really nice tacky finish as well, so if you don't have time for primer, if you're rushing and you just want that like wonderful glow from within and you're just gonna like slap on a BB cream or something, this is bomb underneath that. It's not every day for me, but like if my skin is feeling dull or if I'm trying to skip some steps because I'm running late, that is amazing. Okay, so now for the nighttime routine. The first thing I do, obviously, after I take my makeup off, or if I'm lazy and I just jump in the shower with my makeup on, which is a lot, I love the Bulldog Oil Control Face Wash. If you have forgotten to take your makeup off before you jump in the shower, or you're just lazy, like me sometimes, I don't know what is in this. This will take your makeup off. This takes off even the most difficult waterline pencils, like my Smashbox Always On Gel Liner or my Urban Decay 24/7 eyeliner. This gets off every single last trace of everything. And the best part is it's also really, really soothing. It has a lot of the same ingredients as the moisturizer does. So after a long day, after I have taken off and put on makeup multiple times, you know, when I'm filming, I need something really gentle after all the cleansing water and the wipes and that I've used. This has been my #1 go-to for like about 2 years now. After I've washed my face, I'll either go back in with the oil control moisturizer, or if I'm kind of having like a rough day, like I said, and I've had, you know, I put makeup on multiple times while I'm filming, the best thing is this Lala Retro whipped cream from Drunk Elephant, and it has absolutely no scent, which is wonderful. And my husband likes it for that reason too, because he has a hard time finding face moisturizers that don't stink. He absolutely hates that. I can't wear this under my makeup no matter how lightly or thinly I think I'm applying it. It just leaves a film behind that, like I said, makes things slip and slide around. But for nighttime, this is wonderful to sleep in. Your skin feels like a baby's butt when you wake up in the morning. It is the softest, most like gorgeous feeling skin you're ever gonna feel. And it's all thanks to this. And again, I skipped this step, the same step that I skipped in the daytime. I also go in with the hyaluronic acid before the moisturizer. I kind of do the moisturizer last, I think. It's hard to think about it when you're not actually doing it. So after the hyaluronic acid, but before the moisturizers, I like to go in with the Ordinaries Grand Active Retinoid 2%. Again, this is, I'm pretty sure it's $6 or $7, and best retinol formula I have ever used. This does have to go on after the hyaluronic acid, but before the moisturizers for a reason. It's the way it's formulated. It has to go on after anything water-based, but before like heavier, creamy products, so it can actually absorb into your skin. I love this. This is the only retinoid I think that I've tried that I've actually seen physical results with, and I'm not just, tricking myself into thinking it's working. It's actually working. I don't need a retinoid a whole lot, but it's good to get started early to kind of prevent more fine lines and wrinkles and, all that jazz. But I have noticed specifically around my eyes and this one giant expression line that I have on my forehead, they have gotten so much less pronounced just from using this. It's amazing. And I don't know how they're able to sell these products at such a low price point, but if you're looking to try something out for the first time, I highly recommend trying these because you have only a couple of dollars to lose if it doesn't work. And if it does work, you just found an amazing product for an amazing price point. And you guys probably already know, but I feel like it's worth reiterating. Nobody knows who I am. I am a small YouTuber. Let's be serious. I'm not being paid. I'm not being, compensated in any way for endorsing these products. I am only telling you about them because they have truly worked for me. The one thing these products won't do, though, is they're not going to take your oily skin away for good. You will still have oily skin. But this has made it, all of these products, in some form or another, have made it much more manageable for me. I don't feel like my makeup's going to slide off after an hour anymore. I feel comfortable going out in the sun with my sunglasses on in, 110-degree heat here in Texas, and feel comfortable knowing that my makeup is not going anywhere. Another thing that's important to note is skincare is the very first building block of having amazing looking makeup. I didn't know that for a long time. I'm going to raise my hand. I'm super guilty. But I had really bad skin for a really, really long time. And it's only recently that I've really started discovering what's been working for me. I do hope that some of this was helpful though, and if you do have skin like mine, let me know what works for you guys down in the comments below. And if you did find this helpful, don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up, and remember to hit the subscribe button either down below or right up here in the corner before you leave. I hope you guys are having an amazing week, and I cannot wait to see you all in my next video. Bye guys.